We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tirico with Greg Olsen, the rookie Tyler Luke, set to kick things off. Off we go from Pittsburgh. And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out per the new rule to the 35-yard line. On the ground, it's Jalen Warren. A big run right out of the blocks. He gets forward for 9 on the first play of the game.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
And he'll be taken down. The game is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Here's a handoff to Ross. And he'll get forward for a couple. That is Nnamdi Madubuike there to bring him down. From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Rodgers. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And he will get into the end zone. D.K. Metcalf. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. For quarterbacks, there are so many stats we use to measure a good season. This is one of them. 30 touchdowns. That was number 30 on the year. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. He's taken down just shy of midfield. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing.
And that'll go for a gain of about 4. That's Alex Highsmith in for the tackle. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. Moving to his right, taking off. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
So, from the 25, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. Forced out wide. He'll get rid of it and complete it. He's He's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9. A give right up the middle to Henry. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Off the play fake. Jackson. This is caught 2. Looking for the pylon, but the official right there is going to mark him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Henry is in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Ravens come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback. And the ball's coming out to the 35. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Kyle Hamilton, the former Notre Dame star, able to make the play. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 5. Throwing, Rodgers. Open man is Smith. He's got one. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And the Ravens are going to have it just past their 25.
Like, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of balls. You can trust them to make good decisions. And every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. I mean, you're not going to get away with it at this level.
Open man, that's Bateman downfield. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. And we're back to the Steel City after this. In motion comes Andrews. On the ground, here's Henry. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Cole will come in on the tackle. From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. And this is caught left sideline, but out of bounds, says the official. Incomplete. That ball a little late getting there. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Back to throw. Jackson. Out to his right. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss. On 4th down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. Fielded at the 9. And it turns out to be a very nice return as he's finally escorted out of bounds. He'll start this on the ground with one. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Once again, it's 1. And he's going to get first down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it'll bring up second down. The shotgun, it's A-Ron. He's got a man, it's Metcalf. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot. Play action now with Rodgers. On the run to the right. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. And that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. And instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
On third down, Rodgers. Able to find Pittman, it's complete. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. The master of play action, Rodgers. Oh, he overshoots him. Could have been a touchdown. Instead, just goes down as an incomplete. Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down. From the gun, Rodgers. Again, it's Rodgers. To the goal line and in. Fryermuth. Touchdown Steelers. Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Steelers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. On first and 10, Jackson will try and set up the screen to Hill. And And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down.
And this is why most teams might decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle four. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Again, it's Jackson. A ball deep for the end zone. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it will fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver, and it's going to be third down. To the air one more time with Jackson. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Oh, look at this. It's a fake. And this is going to be incomplete. So they let the punter try and throw for it. Not sure if he did that on his own. Either way, doesn't matter. They've turned it over on down. On 1st and 10, it's Warren. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
3rd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Now Rodgers on 4th down. Now he'll work his way out right. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. Throw it here down the field. Will fall incomplete.
There is no worse feeling either coming back to the huddle or the sideline after a big drop, and that was a beautifully designed play, perfectly placed ball, and he just couldn't make the grab.
2nd and 10. Jackson looking to throw. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. To throw is Jackson. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. Jackson up top again. It is brought in the end zone. Derrick Henry, touchdown Baltimore. What a year. That is touchdown number 22 on the season.
And that's a bit of a gamble, but I really like the aggressive play call. Understanding here before the half, we don't want 3. We're trying to come away with 6, and he foregoes the field goal try. They take a shot in the end zone, and they come away with a touchdown.
So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On play action, here's Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front. Well, the best screenplays, of course, you want the offensive linemen out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Third and long for Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And we won't see a return here. This is going to be marked down inside the 15. To Warren, running right. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. It'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
3rd and 2. Here we go. Here's Rodgers. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. That is brought in. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 77 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They were able to take advantage for the strike.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And that kick goes out of bounds right away, and that is a big mistake because that ball's going to be marked beyond the 40-yard line. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. Not much there, maybe a yard. Second down and 8. From the gun, Jackson. Open man is beaten. He's got him. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. 23 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Baltimore. Play action now. Jackson forced to his right. He's going to run it. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. It picks up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's 1st and goal.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the 1st down, sets up 1st and goal.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he's got another one. Derrick Henry, touchdown Baltimore. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. Luke now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Ravens will even the score. It's now 21-all. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Devils can't hear it no more. Stand up to the mirror, can't hear it no more. Celebrate, don't feel it no more. Give a dump in a minute, but can't steer it no more. I know way to make it, no show. It used to be a bit. to your inside man. This is what you don't want to see him home. You want to see him home. Just
Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And that didn't fool anyone. They'll chase him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical. This defense is vulnerable in a few areas along the back end, but none of that will matter if this protection can't do a better job holding up long enough that they can find some of these open receivers that have been able to separate. He just doesn't have the time to get on the ball.
15-yard pickup there. Good for a Steeler first down. Play fake. It's Rodgers. Throw on the run is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. Metcalf reels it in on the right side. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Fourth quarter begins on the ground. And he'll work his way down to the 32-yard line. And that is enough for a first down.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, fourth quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
This one grabbed by Austin. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. That is catch number 60 for the season. First down for Aaron. That is caught. And he's into the end zone yet again. D.K. Metcalf. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That is his 3rd touchdown of the game and his 9th for the year. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers go up by 7, 28-21. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. And they're on 35-yard line.
They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. The shotgun, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he just does put that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
All these defensive linemen, I promise you, they all want sacks. That is how you get paid. That is how you make your name. But it's also the other plays where you can affect the quarterback. Can you make them feel uncomfortable? Or in this case, you don't get the sack, but it was the hit that's able to alter the pass to fall incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
This one, returnable. A nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Here's the change of pace back. That's Kenneth Gainwell. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down. Off the play fake, Rodgers. That's caught. Right side, it's Freiermuth. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. They'll run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
3rd and short yardage, it's Rodgers. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Now the Ravens use their first timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman out to punt. That's Tylan Wallace back to return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson out of the pistol. Exiting the pocket right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Rolling right. He'll look for Flowers downfield. And this will be incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 35 yards. Here's 1st down. Again, it's Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
To the air one more time with Jackson. On the move left. He runs with it.
He's a are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
Final minute, one timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. Now, Jackson. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minutes. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
Arrows waving, Steeler fans on their feet. It's 3rd down. Jackson now. Look wide. Get this one complete. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the first down, and just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
Now, 1st and goal. Jackson up top again, moving outside the pocket, and it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute.
Mike, I know everyone has their opinions about whether to kick it or go for 2, but my honest opinion is I don't even think there's a decision to be made. I'm keeping my offense on the field. We've practiced all week for our gotta-have-it 2-point play. Dial it up. Do not play for overtime. Win this game now in regulation.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win. And the crowd rising to make this even more difficult. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
Mike, this is the right call. I know it didn't necessarily work out for them in this case, but with this little amount of time left, try to end the game in regulation. Don't force this thing to overtime. They get that 2-point play. Barring a miracle, they win. They end up coming up short, but I still think it's the right play.
And he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it. Down to a knee, and that will do it. They wrap up the regular season with a victory. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. They finish off the regular season with some momentum, and they'll wait with bated breath to find out